Hi, this is Jason from the QuickBooks team. QuickBooks Enterprise includes a report that helps you identify the most profitable products, services, and other items you sell. With the Item Profitability Report, QuickBooks can help you make informed decisions about pricing, promotion, and purchasing for anything you sell. Let's go over how to run and read the Item Profitability Report. Select Reports, Jobs, Time, and Mileage. Item Profitability. You'll see a brief overview of the benefits of the report. Select Close. The report lists each product and service, how much of it you sold, the standard cost and sales price you entered for the product, service, or any other item when you set it up, the actual cost and sales prices that appear on your purchase and sales transactions, and the difference between what the item cost you and what you sold it for. If you want to customize the columns or any other part of the report, select Customize Report. From here, you can uncheck columns to remove them, apply filters, and perform other customizations. You'll also see the actual markup for each item. QuickBooks calculates this by looking at what you paid and then comparing it to the revenue it generated. This item cost the company $1,000 per unit sold, and the company sold it for $2,000. QuickBooks calculates this as a 100% markup between cost and revenue. The actual margin is a little different. This represents your profit when you sell something, which is your actual revenue minus your actual costs. You sold this item for $2,000, but it cost you $1,000. So that means you made a $1,000 profit. So half of the revenue this item generated is profit, which is a 50% margin. Generally, the higher the margin, the better a product or service performed. If you see any negative numbers, that means based on the data in QuickBooks, you may have lost money on a product or service. Note that when you run this report, QuickBooks uses the entire history of your products and services. If you want data on a specific period of time, change the date range here. Since this report includes everything you sell, it can be quite long. If you're looking for something specific, type its name here and select Search. QuickBooks takes you to anything that matches your search and highlights it. If your search matches multiple items, use these arrows to move between them. Select Reset to go back to the normal view. Let's take a look at where these numbers come from. Double-click the cost or sales price of an item, and you'll see everything you entered when you set it up. The cost and sales price here are what QuickBooks uses as a default when you record a purchase or sale for the item later. But when you record a transaction, you can change them. Close this window. The actual cost and revenue comes from the transactions you record in QuickBooks. The difference represents your revenue minus your costs, also known as profit. If you see a positive number, that means you generated a profit from the item. And if you see a negative number, that means you haven't generated a profit from the item yet. Double-click a number to take a closer look. Here you'll see the Item Profit Detail Report for the item, listing each time costs or revenue were recorded for the item. Just like the Item Profitability Report you saw earlier, you can customize this report to change the columns and apply filters. One reason a product or service might underperform or present unexpected results is a difference between the cost and sales price you set up and the actual cost and sales price on transactions. This report shows the cost and sales price you saw earlier, so you can compare it to the actual cost or actual sales price that was entered on transactions. That way you can see if any transactions were recorded using a sales price or cost that's different from what you set up when you created or last updated the item. With this, you can make informed decisions about changing the cost or sales price, choosing between suppliers, or discussing the differences with your purchasing and sales teams. Now you're ready to run and use the Item Profitability Report in QuickBooks Enterprise.